This is a rapid-fire deck tech for the Gitrog Ravenous ride in Bracket 3. The first gameplay video I uploaded featured this commander, and this list makes improvements based on what we learned taking the big frog for a spin. The Gitrog is a 6-mana Golgari 6/5 with haste and trample. It has saddle 1, which means we can tap creatures with 1 or more power to saddle it, and when it connects for combat damage, we can sacrifice the saddled creature to draw cards and put lands into play tapped equal to its power. There are a lot of ways to build this commander, but we've opted to pack our deck with creatures and include a variety of enter the battlefield and death triggers to get tons of value from the cards our commander chomp, which creates a nice toolbox game plan, adding depth to the list. There are a ton of cards that synergize with our commander. Amulet of Vigor and Spelunking make the lands Gitrog barfs up, enter untapped, which can let us cast the goodies we draw. Genji Glove is the only way for us to get an extra combat step, and connecting with Gitrog twice is absurd value. Galta Stampede Tyrant and Last March of the Ents let us dump all the big creatures we draw into play, and Mikaeus the Unhallowed lets us get double value out of most of the creatures in the deck. Sheoldred the Apocalypse can gain us big chunks of life when the Gitrog triggers and punish draw-happy opponents. Outcaster Trailblazer is a nice one-card setup for our commander and triggers off most of the creatures in our deck. And the Skullspore Nexus gives us a Fungus Dino to replace what we sack, can also double the power of the Gitrog or its snacks. Speaking of doubling power, Unnatural Growth and Zapandrel make our board huge, which helps take down opponents and makes for good Gitrog eating. So what are we sacrificing to the frog? Our creatures with death triggers are all monsters in their own right, providing power for Gitrog to feast on while maintaining a strong board presence. It's worth noting that we don't run any combo lines for Protean Hulk, but it's still a valuable part of our toolbox plan. Vaultborn Tyrant might be the best of this lot, drawing cards and gaining life when large creatures enter, and leaving a copy of itself behind when it dies. Our deck loves recursion, so Journey to Eternity, Malakir Rebirth, and Not Dead After All can bring back creatures we sacrifice, and Powerhouse Reanimate can have the best creature in any graveyard. Reincarnation can set up some sneaky reanimation, and while Rush Rebirth doesn't strictly fit this category, it plays similarly to these cards to profit from sacrifice or even just removal. Our game-changing tutors of the worldly and natural order variety enhance our toolbox plan, and Greater Good and Jera Golgari Lichlord are nice backups to the Ravenous ride, sacrificing creatures for cards or to drain the table. We're also great at using the Henge, which grows our board, ramps, and draws cards, and speaking of counters, Surik and Goreclaw dish those out and can end the game out of nowhere by giving our horde haste. Our ramp package skews toward creatures that can be fed to the frog in a pinch, Gwenna can chain cast our big creatures, and Tireless Provisioner makes tons of treasures off Gitrog triggers. And the only non-creature ramp spell we pack is Soul Ring. We have plenty of interaction, and most of it is on a stick, turning our toolbox into a powerful control element that can deal with any type of permanent. We don't play any repeatable outlets for Woodfall Primus, but it pairs well with Great Henge, Mikaeus, or Surik and Goreclaw, while Bane of Progress and Massacre Worm can shut down entire strategies by themselves. We back all that value up with efficient non-creature removal so we aren't locked out by Torpor effects, and sweepers that can easily be one-sided in a deck that goes as big as ours. Smuggler's Surprise does a nice heroic intervention impression, or can be spreed to impersonate Tooth and Nail. We play 38 lands total, and being a 2-color deck means we can afford tons of utility that provides recursion, card advantage, and even more interaction. We have Cabal Coffers and Urborg, and Urza's Cave will likely go get one of those, but it can tutor up any land we might need. We maximize on fetch lands to help a few of the cards in our deck while fixing, and our third game changer, Ancient Tomb, lets us play ahead of curve. Once this deck gets rolling, it's hard to stop. We can expect to be the archenemy often, and should look for ways to catch our opponents off guard with the powerful, sneaky options at our disposal. Be sure to check out the gameplay video that led to this list, and subscribe to my channel for more great commander content.